Hello everyone and welcome to Slay the Spire with the Defect. I am Surf Ninja 6 and I'm happy to be starting another fantastic Let's Play series. It's also sort of a Let's Play slash tutorial, if you will. I've done two already. One was corrupted because of my own imbecility, and the second one was I'd say it was a successful run, but I had a little bit of microphone problems, so hopefully this one goes off without a hitch. Thanks for joining me. Hope you guys like and subscribe. And I'm not sure how I unlocked the Watcher already, but we will save that for another Let's Play. We're going to get into the Defect. So the Defect is this like weird steampunk, I don't know if it's steampunk, it's some sort of strange looking robot guy, and he is a combat automaton, which became self-aware. Ancient technology allows the manipulation of orbs. So orbs is going to be a big part of gameplay with the Defect. If you've already tried them out, you know that lightning is the primary channeled orb that you start with, thanks to the cracked core. At the start of each combat, channel one lightning, and I haven't unlocked much with each hero. Somehow I managed to get the experience twice, even though I only slayed the Spire once. I think that was a little bit of a bug on behalf of Mega Crit, but that's okay. So, as always, starting with 99 gold, a little bit more HP than the Silent, and we've already gone over our orb, so let's embark. Now, Niao, I think we talked about Niao a little bit. Don't really know much of the backstory behind him. Don't really know much of the backstory behind much of what goes on in Slay the Spire. I'm sure there's some sort of either fan fiction or they've leaked something about it. But he's the lovely three-eyed whale that greets you at the start of each Slay the Spire run. I almost always pick the +7 max HP. I feel like that option has become much more common since version 2, we got a nice new shine on this game. So, I always like to plan from the back to the front, because you want to be able to plan your campsite, which is your opportunity to heal. Sorry, got a little frog in my throat there. But campsites back to back are always great. You're never going to find them back to back, but this is about as close as a back to back as you're going to get. And you have a nice little 3 campsite run there. Another campsite run here. Wow, this is just flush with campsites. I'm loving this. Basically, it means a lot of healing. HP is a very valuable resource in this game, if those who've played this game do know. Always prioritize rest sites, elites, merchants, and unknowns over enemies. In that order exactly, and then treasure, you can count on getting one of those every time. So, gotta face 3 enemies in a row, no merchants, but then I would love to be able to hit that merchant site, but maybe not. Maybe I can go up this way, face this elite. That's a lot of merchants. Oh man, I won't have enough money, but I can remove a card right away. There are a lot of cards I want to upgrade with the Defect, so I'm going to go this route, because also at rest sites you can upgrade your cards. So yeah, I think facing 3 enemies early on isn't really that dangerous. I mean, says the guy that dies on the first floor of Slay the Spire. So, dual cast, this is one of those cards I was talking about that I want to upgrade. So, defend as much as I can, and going to take some damage here. But, oh, okay, I'm also going to be pretty likely to draw another dual cast in the next turn. So do I want to channel another lightning? Feel like this guy's going to get taken out pretty quickly. Yeah, I'll do the damage now. So, talk a little bit about orbs and channeling. So, you can channel up to 3 orbs, and then when you channel the next orb, you evoke the one in the first position here. When you evoke the orb, it does something different than when it's passive in your orb slot. So, for example, the lightning will, while unactivated, or while unevoked, will do 3 damage to a random enemy at the end of my turn. If it's evoked, it does 8 damage, and since I used dual cast, it allowed me to evoke it twice. And by doing a dual cast type move means that I will then remove the orb from the slot, and then I would be forced to channel something else again. And there are 4 different types of orbs. There's lightning, which you've seen. There's ice, and there's... So I can kill him if I channel this one lightning. See, passively it does 3 damage. When evoked, it does 8 damage. And yeah, that's also to a random enemy. And then when I dual cast him, it evokes that orb twice, doing 8 damage back to back. And since I know what enemy it's going to hit, since there's only one, I could confidently do that. So there are a couple ways I've heard to play the Defect, but the one that I tend to lean on is getting a bunch of cards that cost 0 energy, because that 0 energy is very, it's very efficient. You're not using any of your energy here, and it also pairs well with cards that allow you to draw more cards. So let's see which one I hit, and that with this random attack. Ooh, the wrong one, unfortunately. Let's see what I can do here. So if I apply vulnerable, I'll do 9. Oh man, maybe I should have applied the vulnerable to this guy. Alright, well, I'm not above making mistakes. Actually, with my last playthrough, I logged officially over 200 hours in this game. And that's a lot of time to be spending on Slay the Spire. You notice that I didn't have a lot of heroes unlocked. That's because this is a secondary account that I'm using just for these Let's Plays. And I'll block as much as I can because I've been a little bit fast and loose with my HP early on here. And yep, I will ignore the slime. I'll just let myself get slimed here. And just like I'm on Nickelodeon Slime Time Live, I'm just going to let it happen. Channel and dual cast this orb again to finish him off. I'm not talking much about the enemies, but I will talk about this. So, gain 2 focus. 2 focus means my orb's passive abilities, or maybe it's overall abilities. Oh yeah, focus increases the effectiveness of channeled orbs. So, any orb that's in a slot will become more effective. So here's focus in action here. However, if you don't make use of it, you'll begin to lose your focus, like me in school back in the day. Actually, no, I was a pretty focused kid, but I never fell asleep in class. Claim to fame. Okay, let's see here. We'll start by getting away from my personal life and doing a sweeping beam damage to this guy, to both of them actually, and I don't think I'm going to be able to kill them. Beam cell. I think I will be able to kill this guy thanks to that vulnerable and the 2 energy I have remaining. And yeah, I'll do 9 and then finish him off with the next attack. So even though I didn't draw any defensive cards, I was able to avoid taking damage thanks to that 0 energy card that I drew, and pairing it with Sweeping Beam, which does 6 damage to all enemies and allows me to draw a card. So I didn't talk anything about the other card. I think it was Barrage, and I won't be picking Barrage. So evoke the orb. I didn't need to dual evoke it, but that's one of the early game cards that allows you to draw or to evoke your orb right away without maxing your orb slots out. So once you channel a 4th orb, the first one is evoked. I'm not sure if I mentioned that already. So, okay, we have auto shields here for 1. If you have no block, gain 11 block. And then we have charge battery here, which I'm going to choose, so I'll talk about that when I get it. And then glacier for 2, channel 7 block and 2 frost. So frost is the other kind of early game. I guess dark is also available in the early game, excuse me. In addition to lightning. So you channel block, or instead of doing attack damage, you channel block or you gain block by channeling frost orbs, and passively it'll gain you block, and when you evoke it, it'll apply more block. But instead I'm going to choose Charge Battery, which is one of my favorite blocking cards in the game. Next turn, gain an energy. So, made it through that little run of enemies there. Took a lot more damage than I should have, really. We're going to take a risk here and jump into the scrap of ooze. As you walk into the room, you hear a gurgling and the grinding of metal. That was a weird way to say that. Before you is a slime-like creature that ate too much scrap for its own good. From the center of the creature, you can see glints of a strange light, perhaps something magical. It looks like you can get some treasure if you reach inside it. It's opening. Oh yeah, right there. However, the acid and sharp objects may hurt. Okay. Definitely gonna need to heal. Fantastic. This is a great relic to have gotten so early in the game. So, success! After rummaging through the metal and burning acid, you finally grab a hold of the relic and you yank it out. You pull your way out of the ooze, damaged, but rewarded. Let's leave this place. So, yeah, I'm glad I chose to hit all these campsites so close together. More losing HP. This time it's slime goop. Welcome to the world of goop. You fall into a puddle. It's made of slime goop. Frantically, you claw yourself out over several minutes as you feel the goop starting to burn. You can feel the goop in your ears, goop in your nose, goop everywhere. I guess you're a robot, so, I mean, it's not really as terrible as if you're a human. Anyway, climbing out, you notice that some of your gold is missing. Looking back to the puddle, you see the missing coins combined with the gold from unfortunate adventurers mixed together in the puddle. I'm going to lose the HP and gain 75 gold. I'm hoping that I'm going to hit a merchant site in one of these question marks on my route. So, since I'm going to face an easy enough run of enemies before the, oh, I guess this is the, I will not, unless I hit them here, choose to forego this campsite. I'm not going to have a chance to remove many cards. Oh well. I will choose to smith just this time. And I will dual cast. It's a tough decision whether to smith or to heal. This guy's going to be a little challenging. My HP's okay. I will charge that battery before I evoke. See what I'm going to do. Okay, throw up some block. And do I want to do any damage to this guy? Who knows? Well, we're about to find out. I mean, yeah, the passive 3 damage is worth it. And a chance to evoke it later. I know this combat's going to go a little bit longer than the last one. Glad I got that +1 energized. Let's see, make which one vulnerable? Be able to block only half of this. So, try and remove this guy first. Then Sweeping Beam won't be enough to kill him. And put up this block, and then finish this guy off. I don't want to be even more frail. Now I know when I evoke this orb which one it's going to hit. So, 6 damage, not the end of the world. Let's talk a little bit about the Incense Burner. Incense Burner, every 6 turns, gain 1 intangible. Intangible reduces all damage taken to only 1. So, that is a really, really, really good orb. Really good relic. It's a fantastic one, in fact. Okay, I will evoke for free. And I don't want to take any more damage. I don't like taking all this damage. It's going to get finished off soon anyway. Rake. That makes me weak? Yeah. That's fine. I'll make you vulnerable in turn. Then maybe I should have used that attack after all. So that'll do 6. Not enough. But yeah, I should have used the attack last turn. So I'm going to take 2 damage. But you live and you learn, you know. This is an ancient defect. Oh, I just noticed that there's the orb underneath his cloak. I wonder if I switch this out for a different kind of orb, would it change? I've never noticed that before. Over 200 hours of playing this game, never noticed that before. Although, it's true, the Defect is one I haven't played with as much as some other... I do like the removing all block aspect of the Melter, but I'm going to go for the eyes instead. So, this is an easy choice. I'm going to choose this campsite. And I will heal this time, just to put my mind at ease a little bit. And then go for the chest. Start of your second turn, gain 14 block. I like that too. And I never did get to talk about the incense burn. Oh, I did. I did already. Yep. Got to remember. Okay, now. Do I really, really have to hit this? Sort of do. It's the difference between facing one enemy. I think I'll be okay. I need to remove a card from my deck. You only get so many opportunities. So part of my strategy of keeping my deck nice and thin is removing strikes and then defends. Does 3 damage. Increase the damage of all claws that combat. So go for the eyes. Why not? It's super cheap. I already have one. Although, I'll get a variety. Oh no, it's just so much cheaper. I gotta get it. So now... do I choose to face this elite or not? Well, I'll get my... we'll see how this combat goes before I decide. Okay, officially the incense burner has kicked in. So I'm not even gonna bother blocking at all this time. And I will apply... just because it'll do the damage, I will apply some weak to the lowest HP foe here. I'll hit him with a strike before evoking. Very nice. It's exactly what I would have wanted, because once this guy dies, the Spore Cloud will release 2 vulnerable upon me. I'm not a fan of that. Even though it wouldn't particularly matter for this turn, it would matter for next turn. So, depending on what they choose to do, okay, they're going... and I have the 14 damage, or 14 block thanks to the Cleat Horn. So I'll apply vulnerable to him. Make sure to do some damage. And then get rid of bolt, or get rid of this guy. And then charge my battery for the next turn. Do have that vulnerable going on. And yours is gone. But you're not doing any damage this turn, so... sweeping beam into the next enemy. Alright, got a skill potion. Now, this is the reason why I like to go for all these zero-costing cards. Deal 7 damage, draw 3 cards, discard all drawn this way that do not cost 0. It's a bit of a gamble, because you could be drawing a card that you really wanted next turn, and therefore discarding it, but since I'm going to have a lot of zero-costing cards, I think Scrape is an okay choice. Now... do I want to... yeah, I do want to go this way. I think 60 HP is satisfactory for taking on this boss. So getting a lot of gold. Getting a lot of gold. Yeah, I'm happy with my choice in routes. So trying to get as many 0 cards as I can. I will upgrade Zap to make it cost 0 now. No longer going to be spending that energy to charge that orbs, but channel that orb. Okay, this guy's not a bad enemy to face. So I'm gonna hit him with Scrape. Then go for the eyes. Then it didn't intend attack, so it didn't apply any weak. So you can't stack the weak because I have 2 of them. So if they don't intend to attack. So do I want to charge my battery for next turn? I think I should, because I have the Horn Cleat. I'll just do a little bit of damage to him instead first. So yeah, I unfortunately lost my Sweeping Beam because of the Scrape. Or no, did I play Sweeping Beam? I don't remember. My short-term memory must be terrible. Alright, so dual cast. Hit him there. Love that little vulnerable that I applied. And more than enough block to take care of this guy. So one more turn, or take care of this guy's attack. So if the enemy intends to attack, oh nice, thank you for that little yellow border. I noticed that while playing the Watcher on my other account, that is a common sight to see those cards light up again when they're active. Okay, I should have played Sweeping Beam already, but this has to actually get played first. Draw. Another strike. Not going to be able to block as much damage as I wanted. So the Lagavulin is this weird like shell thing with spider's legs. It eventually will do a debuff that removes 1 dexterity and 1 strength, so all my defense and attacks do 1 less. Whatever their corresponding value. So, Incense Burner kicks in. Unfortunately, you're not attacking. That is a shame, shame, shame. So, it also means that Go for the Eyes won't be as good. Let's go for the Eyes. Scrape. See what I draw. Darn. Yeah, sometimes the randomness of that card isn't good. But he'll be dead next turn. Yeah, if I draw any 2 attack cards, it's really important. Yes, okay. Even with the 1 less strength, I was able to polish him off. Ooh, another great long combat relic. At the end of 7 turns, deal 52 damage to all enemies. So, I guess, so every 6th and 7th turn of a combat will be awesome. Actually, this charges through from combat to combat. This is just turn 7 of a combat. Gambler's Brew. Discard any number of cards, then draw that many. Now, I like both of these. At the end of combat, heal 7. I do like that, but I'm going to go for Reinforced Body. Gain block equal to your number of energy at the time of its play. So I have died to the slime before with the Defect with less than 60 HP, so I'm going to, play it safe here. I am recording this Let's Play, so maybe in future Let's Plays I'll take more risks, and I guess if you want to see more risks, just comment down below. So, does not intend to attack. I will not play Scrape again, because maybe it's not as good of a card as I initially thought. I'll evoke this. Yeah, why not? Go for the Eyes, then charge the battery. So, playing quickly here at the start of the Slime Boss. So, the Slime Boss can do a lot of damage, but it's mostly when it splits that you start worrying about how much damage it does, because then you have 2 enemies to worry about. It starts in this slime boss form with its funny little gangster hat, and once it splits, it turns into common enemies that we already sort of faced on the rise to face this boss in the first floor. So its other large-ish forms split when it splits into its smaller form when it's at 50 HP. And then it will have the same amount of HP that it had when it split, but then there will now be 2 enemies. So you always want to make sure to reduce its HP down to quite a bit below its 50% marker. So sometimes you won't see me do damage to it if it'll only reduce it just barely below 70, which would be half. So yeah, here's a fair amount of damage to be done here. So I'll apply that weak, then block as much as I can. So I'm just going to have to live with taking 16 damage, but maybe I was a little bit overly cautious with my heal at that campsite. I could have upgraded Sweeping Beam or Reinforced Body. So if I don't strike him, these 2 channeled orbs will bring him down to 71, which is right where I want him. Or 72. Yeah. I can do math, right? So, I'll live with getting slimed a little bit. And this intangible is okay. I think he's going to... I forgot what he's going to do. But now's my chance to attack. So I'm going to hit him with Scrape. Reduce him down as much as possible. Dual cast. Strike. Then he'll be down to 37, and then I'll have to do with 237 smaller slimes. And then those will also split. Yeah, smaller, but still dangerous. They can both do some damage. Okay, I'll make sure to weaken this guy. And I guess I should apply the vulnerable first. So, live and learn. He's going to split now, so hopefully he gets hit with the lightning before I'm done. Yeah, too bad. Could have been facing two 10 HP slimes, since now I'm facing two 13s. Still not terrible. We'll go for the eyes on this guy. Sweeping beam. Alright, guess I just got slimed. And then I'll gain a little bit more block. Oh yeah, always got to keep my eye on the stone calendar. Yeah, I definitely didn't need to heal there. Sweet. I will choose the skill potion to discard and then add the duplication potion, which allows me to duplicate cards. Or my next card is played twice. Okay, let's see. Can this be... No. Next 2 times. Vision, remove all your orbs. Then, yeah, no. I'm going to skip these cards, because I don't like any one of them. I think there's 2... the cost benefit doesn't weigh out. Every 2 turns gain an orb slot during elites or boss and elite combats. Gain 1 energy at the start of your turn. That's pretty good. So this can be very good. Although I don't think I have the cards yet to reap the benefits of that. So yeah, I don't have the cards because I would need some sort of power that would allow me to channel a lot of orbs. So I'm going to choose to get the Slaver's Collar. In other playthroughs, I may have chosen that one. But either way, that's it for this edition of Slay the Spire with the Defect. So if there's any questions you may have, make sure to leave them down in the comments. If you want to see me play a little bit more aggressively, there's a certain card that you want me to get. The chances are that you're not going to be live commenting on this, but for future plays, I will read the comments. So if you have anything to say, leave that down in the comments below. Like and subscribe over here somewhere on the screen. There's got to be one of those buttons. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'm Surf Ninja 6. I'll catch you guys in the next one.